A very good evening to you tuned in to UBC TV. Welcome to News Tonight, this Sunday, the 4th of July, 2021. We'll start with a look at the top stories. NUP founder KIBALAMA recovers from COVID-19, hails UPDF for medical care. ARUA legislators want all border riders vaccinated. Chiunga Health Center closure sets Lukoma on edge. While youngster Priska Chesang targets podium at upcoming Olympics. UBC News Tonight. My name is Michael Jordan Lukoma. I'm with Mohamad Mugalu, the man on sign language interpretation. The founder of the National Unity Platform, in a first story, that is Moses KIBALAMA, has hailed the professionalism exhibited by the Uganda People's Defense soldiers at Bombo Barracks and particularly the Referral Military Hospital. He was speaking at his home in Buwambo, Wakiso District, where a team of UPDF doctors had visited him to review his health condition, having been discharged on the 27th of June 2021 from Bombo Military Hospital, where he had been admitted in a coma due to COVID-19. KIBALAMA said that the UPDF medics were always available and responsive to the needs of their patients, adding that the UPDF civil-military cooperation saw him recover. KIBALAMA's son, Paul Simbwa, said he made the decision to take his father to Bombo Hospital because he had heard of the good care and medical infrastructure in the hospital. He said they received good reception and totally free treatment for a whole 2 weeks.
After having understood the abilities that are in the hospital, we were received so well. Treatment was received. We want to appreciate the doctors and the administration of the hospital for the tremendous work that they did, because it wasn't very easy to resuscitate Mzee's life. But they gave us everything that was required for him to get healed. Understand the doctors diagnosed him when they took off the tests. He was found to be COVID positive, which is so scaring these days. And very many people have lost life. But we want to thank the hospital and the management, the doctors most especially.
Example for me, I've not had any other ailment since I came home. So and they always have PR, public relationship. I never knew until I got into this situation that the army really is ours and we relate in all many things. So that's how they even came to my house to check on how I'm progressing. I'm progressing very well, except for the weakness. There's no further treatment recommended.
About 3 weeks ago, he was admitted at our military hospital in quite a critical condition, but we thank God he recovered, and the team thought it wise that they come right home to visit him and see his condition, other than making him again move up and down. Considering the initial condition which he was brought in, it was wise that the team comes right at home to review his condition.
Members of Parliament from ARUA City want the Ministry of Health to urgently identify border men and market vendors as categories of people that need to be vaccinated against COVID-19 immediately. The MPs stressed that border men are a group of people who are very important in the current daily life of the people who, in the process of their work, are much exposed to contraction and spread of the pandemic.
Members of Parliament from ARUA City want border riders vaccinated urgently as part of stopping COVID-19 spread. ARUA Central Division MP Jackson Atima says an infected border man sent to buy things in the market can infect many people in one cycle of his work.
Those are the categories to be vaccinated as soon as possible, because we use these borders. With the lockdown directives, His Excellency has said the borders should carry cargo. You send a border to buy for you things. This border is buying for you food, is buying for you medication, is buying for you things that you use in your household. If this border is infected, then you risk your whole family.
He thanked health workers in the country for the war they are waging against COVID-19 pandemic, adding that the health workers have shown how patriotic they are in serving Ugandans who would have decided to leave the treatment centers for the sake of their safety against coronavirus.
If our medical personnel were not patriotic, these guys will have abandoned the patients. They will have, because there's fatigue. And we should continue to pray for them so that God gives them the heart to serve the people.
Meanwhile, ARUA City Woman Member of Parliament Maureen Osoru wants parents and other stakeholders to protect teenage girls and boys from unwanted pregnancies, as they are vulnerable to perpetrators who take advantage of the lockdown, as was the case in the first lockdown.
It should not only be the parents alone. Even within the community settings, we have elders also as well. They should come up and advise why are they abandoning them at this point when they need them the most. And let them pick up those who are already pregnant. There's nothing we can do about it now. Let them go for those antenatals and let them not shy off. And for those other young girls who are remaining within the communities, let the religious leaders, the parents, the elders take in charge of these people. Let them sensitize, not only the girls, even the young boys too as well. We end up only looking after girls and we forget where the main problem is coming from. So I feel like this problem, as local leaders too, they should address it in order, we're all stakeholders in this. Not only the parents, we also the local leaders, we should also step up to raise up this flag such that our young girls can be protected from early teenage pregnancy.
Persons with disability in Uganda have expressed concern over what they describe as exclusion from the COVID-19 Relief Fund. Princess Mazi Deborah Nakayenga, the chairperson of visually impaired women in Uganda, appeals to government to consider persons living with disabilities as vulnerable people. However, Minister for Information, Communications and Technology and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Bariomunsi, says that disabled and elderly have been considered under the stipulated categories already.
It is a community that painfully lives a different style from that of other people. Whether physical, mental or visually impaired, persons living with disabilities are always categorized as vulnerable. However, in the proposed COVID-19 relief aid meant for vulnerable people, PWDs claim they were not considered. The chairperson for visually impaired women of Uganda, Deborah Mazi Nakayenga, describes this as unfortunate.
You can't use a boda. Even if you have a garden, you can't send a boda man to go to the garden and pick your food. So we are facing many challenges during this lockdown.
No movement, business and work are the basis for which Nakayenga, a councillor for female PWDs in Wakiso, calls upon government to reconsider its position.
So even the PWDs should be mentioned or are one of those who are supposed to get that money of 100,000 so that they can also help themselves.
A 2016 census report by Uganda Bureau of Statistics indicated that 12% of the Ugandan population lives with some form of disability. This implies that approximately 4.5 million Ugandans are persons with disability, with prevalence amongst women at 15% than men at 10%. It was reported to be higher in rural areas at 15% than in urban areas at 12%.
During this period, all projects are stopped. We can no longer go for work. We are all PWDs are indoor. So what I'm seeing is that they are violating the policy of inclusiveness.
To allay these fears is Minister for Information and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi.
You see, the primary issue we are looking at is employment. Employment in the sense that there are people who work in urban areas and they depend on what they earn on a daily basis. And now because of the lockdown, because of these measures, they are not working. People like taxi drivers, people like those who work in saloons, people like those who work in the bars. And therefore, government is giving them some relief support in order for them to get some food to feed their families.
Baryomunsi clarifies that the disabled and elderly have been considered under the stipulated categories.
So if you are a person with a disability, but you fall in those employment categories, you are SHENZHOU-CHINA or any of those categories, then you should be prioritized. So it is not true that persons with a disability have been left out. They are not left out.
The country went into a second lockdown in mid-June 2021 over surging cases of coronavirus. Recently appointed Prime Minister Robin Anabanja has since announced plans to aid some relief to vulnerable persons. Henry Okurut, UBC.
State Minister for Gender, Labour and Social Development, who also doubles as Kisoro District Woman Member of Parliament Sarah Nyirabashisi-Mateke, has donated gas cylinders to Kisoro Hospital. Kisoro Hospital is currently operating on almost half capacity of cylinders, which are taken to Mbarara, 200 kilometers away, for refilling twice a week.
The Minister of State for Youth and Children, Sarah Mateke, has donated gas cylinders to Kisoro District Hospital to support COVID-19 patients. While handing over the cylinders to the medical superintendent of Kisoro Hospital, Sarah Mateke applauded the hospital staff for the work well done as they continue to attend to the patients. She said that she wanted to buy 8 cylinders, but she found only 2 cylinders at the National Medical Store, but asked the hospital administrator, Dr. Michael Baganizi, to identify another market where she can buy more 6 oxygen cylinders.
They are overwhelmed by the numbers, but we want to thank them because they have really struggled. If you can see the numbers that have come in and have gone out when they are well, we want to thank them. On the issue of oxygen, I was supposed to bring more cylinders, but the way the doctor has told you, getting cylinders is very hard, and even the price has been hiked. But we believe that anytime the cylinders come in, we shall increase. And we believe that we are going to add on. We are going to add on 2 are very little, but we are going to add on, if God helps us, we are going to add on more. And Ministry of Health is looking for a way how we can add on more cylinders in every hospital in Uganda.
She, however, advised the community to abide by the standard operating procedures if they are to curtail the spread of COVID-19.
And if we listen to what Minister of Health has been telling us and our President, I believe that the numbers can reduce.
Dr. Michael Baganiza said that Kisoro Hospital has challenges, especially the shortage of gas cylinders, revealing that they need about 60 of them. Dr. Baganizi thinks this will help reduce on the trips to Mbarara, which they make twice in a week, to refill gas cylinders, which is costly in terms of transport.
Because every bed, every patient needs about 2 to 3 cylinders every day. So as this one gets finished, you need another one there, and then as it's there, you need another one in Mbarara, so that you rush and go and pick it. Because we don't have enough cylinders, it is delaying. When we go to pick them, we have to go with the empty one and wait for them to be filled from there.
He, however, thanked the Minister of Health for continued support to the facility amidst hardships occasioned by the pandemic. Kisoro had on Friday registered 541 positive cases, 101 recoveries, 434 under home care management, while 28 are admitted, of whom 11 are on oxygen. The same statistics reveal that so far 21 people have succumbed to COVID-19. Dr. Stephen Sabiyumva, the Kisoro District Health Officer, confirmed this and said that the cases are on the rise. Dennis Igoa for UBC News.
As we continue getting more and more infections.
Yes, thanks to the MP for that assistance to the hospital with gas cylinders, which has become one of the biggest necessities currently. We thank you so much for watching. Let's take a very short break. We'll return with business news. Thank you so much for watching.
As the financial year 2020-2021 draws to an end, URA has put measures in place to facilitate taxpayers to file their returns and pay taxes within the set deadline. All our offices across the country and the URA Contact Center shall remain open to provide extra support to our esteemed taxpayers. Additionally, we have extended our contact center service hours from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Friday and from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturdays and public holidays. In light of the COVID-19 risks, we encourage taxpayers to reach us through our improved contact center and other online platforms instead of making physical visits to our offices. For online support, please reach us through our toll-free lines 0800 117 000 or 0800 217 000. Email services@ura.go.ug. Website ura.go.ug. Social media: Facebook, URA page, Twitter @URA Uganda. URA Customs Help Tool, help.ura.go.ug/login. URA appreciates all taxpayers who have duly fulfilled their obligations. Stay safe and let us all observe the standard operating procedures to prevent further spread of the COVID-19 virus. Stay safe as we develop Uganda together.
Uganda Revenue Authority, developing Uganda together.
We've cut and reduced our MTN Momo withdrawal rates. Now you can withdraw mobile money at the lowest rates. You also get MTN SHENZHOU points when you deposit, send and withdraw MTN mobile money. Visit our Momo agents countrywide and withdraw mobile money at our reduced rates from 1st May 2021. Everywhere you go, MTN.
COVID-19, chija kubwa. If we get vaccinated now, observe social distancing, wear a mask properly, sanitize or wash our hands with soap and water regularly. Together we can defeat this enemy.
In efforts to improve quality assurance and Uganda's competitiveness as a tourist destination, Uganda Tourism Board is set to undertake a nationwide grading and classification exercise of hotel and accommodation facilities. As a member of the East African community, Uganda subscribes to the East African Grading and Classification Criteria, a system denoted by stars ranging from 1 to 5. The grading and classification exercise will be crowned by the awarding of star ratings to facilities found compliant to the EAC minimum standards. This is therefore a call to all accommodation and facility owners and managers to register and get licensed by UTB as a requirement and get ready for participation. For more information, visit www.utb.go.ug or email qualityassurance@utb.go.ug for details. Uganda Tourism Board, promoting tourism together.
Fellow Ugandans, you know that the current COVID-19 period is a trying time in our lives. However, we still have another threat that has been with us for a long time, and it is called neglected tropical diseases, also known as NTDs. NTDs include bilharzia and worms that cause swollen stomachs. Trachoma causes blindness, and elephantiasis causes the swelling of legs. These diseases are affecting millions globally, and yet they can be prevented by regular hand washing with soap and clean running water, regular washing of the face with a soap and clean running water, keeping dirty hands away from your eyes, always using pit latrines, and discouraging open defecation in your community to avoid flies that carry germs, reporting to the health facility early when feeling unwell. Remember to stay safe and protect yourself. This message is from the Ministry of Health with support from a SEN project.
Airtel Uganda has the best and most affordable rates when it comes to withdrawing and sending money. Withdraw money for as low as 330 shillings up to a maximum of 12,500 shillings. Sending money is just as affordable as ever. Absolutely unbeatable. Use Airtel Money on the most affordable network with the largest network of Airtel Money branches in Uganda. Dial *185# to get started. Airtel Money. Simple, secure, borderless.
Thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. It's business news tonight. President Yoweri Museveni has always encouraged farmers to emphasize farming and to enable them and the country at large continue developing socially and economically despite the COVID-19 pandemic. For this reason, farmers have put in practice regarding the presidential directives, and now they have started earning.
Farmers who followed President Museveni's advice on embracing cultivation of their plots have a reason to smile as they have started earning from their agricultural produce. When the country experienced its first lockdown, President Yoweri Museveni asked farmers to utilize their land and ensure there is enough food for domestic use and sell. Modern farmers in Luada, Matuga, Buloba, Kayabwe, Mpiji, Mityana, and those that are at the shores of Lake Wamala said they have no reason to regret despite the pandemic.
Kubanga womayira nti business ekiseera kino nafuka kujeno mutalo nefune nimiro netandika kulima kasoli naye kati sawa zino nawo ikazange za kasoli nawo ikazanga abiri kwezili wanene za kasoli kati COVID-19 nze yewa kubera nga toli mutawo niyo inakujja mutalo kutandika kuyiyambera kuwo wesibe Kampala tolina kisobola kufuna ero nga kiryawo kuba nava mu tawuni nenzijja ntandika okulima kati ndabye nnima bimpe emirembe ate no sisanzeyo nnyo buki buzibu bwempulira mu matawuni bwendaba mu maki.
At Luada in Matuga, Wakiso district, Joseph Kakoza, a model farmer with over 20 acres of banana plantation and pineapples, encouraged the government to support model farmers to enable them continue to be exemplary to the smaller farmers, especially in the rural areas, for betterment of the agricultural sector in the future.
The backbone of this economy in Uganda. But what drives agriculture is agricultural research. And I've mentioned it doesn't take too much. If in each district we had a DFI, District Farmer Institute, which supports farmers with agricultural research in terms of what seeds to use, what are the key pests and diseases that affect their crops, what are the market nutritional values of their agricultural products.
Kakoza also appealed to government to revamp district farm institutes across the country because they were very vital in boosting agricultural produce. An agro-scientist and researcher in Buloba Wakiso district, Erastus Nsubuga, commends government for spearheading NADS, among others for contributing towards improving the sector, which is the backbone of the economy of the country.
That is partially commercial, okay? So what I'm advising people right now is that do it properly. Do it with good management, dig your holes properly, prepare your garden well in advance, make sure you have the facilities which are required, like some grass around for mulching when the hot season gets on, and so on and so forth. You know how to decipher your garden, know how to apply in case you get some, kind of.
Nsubuga, however, encouraged farmers to always grow crops, doing well in their localities, especially in Buganda. He advised farmers to ensure growing of bananas, among other crops, and government to support farmers to reduce counterfeit agricultural products on the market. Farmers also to maintain quality of their produce, especially which have market in the neighboring countries, like maize, beans, soya beans, groundnuts, among others.
Go anywhere, and the banana will give you a bunch, regardless of the management. How big is the bunch is a different question. And then there is these bananas grown by most of the people here for commercial, or for both, eating and commercial. If you're going to grow, if you're an average family in Uganda, you're growing your bananas 1 or 2 acres, definitely that is partially commercial, okay? So what I'm advising people right now is that do it properly. Do it with good management.
Edwin Yachwara, UBC News.
Chinese astronauts have completed extravehicular activities and returned to the space station core module Tianhe, said the China Manned Space Agency on Sunday. The first EVAs during the construction of the country's space station were a complete success, the agency declared.
Small moves that meant big for this manned space mission, as the taikonauts who reached China's space station last month ventured out for the first time for an extended spacewalk Sunday morning. One of their assignments on the day put a panoramic camera higher up.
Before, the camera was installed at a comparatively lower position, so its range was restricted. And now, as their mission requires, the cameras need to engage a wider angle, and this time the taikonauts were putting a support stand for it.
Another highlight over the spacewalk mission, maneuvering the robotic arm.
Our monitoring here in space is still limited, so we need the taikonaut in the capsule to communicate with the other two who are conducting the spacewalk. The one inside can control via simulation images.
The taikonauts also wear a new generation domestically developed extravehicular suit for the assignment.
Uganda's cast to the upcoming Tokyo 2020 Olympics is a mix of experience and youthful exuberance that points to good tidings. The experienced group is led by Stephen Kiprotich, while the youngsters include Priska Chesang, who dreams big.
I'm Chesang Priska, who's going to represent Team Uganda in 5,000 meters Olympics Games. My aspiration is at least I want to reach the finals, because it's my first time to go for Olympic Games. My role model is Siva Asan.
That is all we had for you at this point. Thank you so much for watching. Let's get back to you at 10 p.m. with a bigger arrangement, News Tonight. My name is Michael Jordan Lukoma with Mohamad Mugalu and the whole team. Wish you the best. Let's get back to you at 10 p.m. Bye-bye for now.